This a brief story of 7th Street South Philly well-known Felix Summers, with a second murder witness slain. Despite investigators' claims that the death of a second witness in a prominent South Philly murder trial was not linked to the case, one thing's for sure, somebody keeps offing people set to testify for the prosecution. Jury selection in the Veronica Rios murder trial begins Monday. Joseph Mulhern, 20, was pronounced dead from a gunshot wound to the chest at Thomas Jefferson University Hospital around 11:25 p.m. Sunday, said Lieutenant Joe Malm of the Homicide Division. His 17-year-old friend was shot in the right leg, the lieutenant added. Both Mulhern and the other victim lived near the scene of the shooting on the 500 block of Siegel Street, Malm said. Malm said the shooting was drug-related and Mulhern was arguing with two males before he was shot. The pair then summoned a third man to gun down the victim, the lieutenant said. The first witness to be slain was Diana Marino, 22, who police said was killed 2 years ago to keep from testifying. On August 16, 2001, Rios, 15, collapsed in a pool of her own blood at 5th and Pierce Streets after being shot in the neck. Authorities would later learn that the shooters were aiming for an 18-year-old male standing next to her. The three charged in Rios' death are Steve Hendon, 26, from the 1800 block of McClellan Street, Fareek Smith, 25, from Spring Garden Street, and Felix Summers, 23, from the 1700 block of South 4th Street. A witness told police that he saw two men wearing ski masks, who matched the builds of Summers and Smith, jump out of a car, allegedly driven by Hendon, and spray Rios and 5 of her friends with a barrage of bullets, said officials. In an interview last year, Rios' mother Valencia said the suspects knew Veronica and her friends because they all grew up together in the neighborhood. Summers, who was among the FBI's 10 most wanted before his capture, is also charged with the March 1999 shooting death of 39-year-old Charlotte Presley, an eyewitness against him in the January 1999 killing of 19-year-old James Niles, said officials. With Presley out of the picture, Summers was acquitted of Niles' murder. Police had believed that Presley's shooting led to Marino's death. Police arrested Summers' cousin, Alvin Lawrence, 23, and charged him with shooting Marino on September 24, 2001, because she was with Summers when Presley was killed. Speculation in the neighborhood was that Marino also was a target because she witnessed Rios' slaying. In a trial set to begin Wednesday, prosecutors say Felix Summers, 24, killed Charlotte Presley, 39, before she could testify against him in a murder case. I think he's the archetype of the person who's been able to elude the net, said Jeremiah Daly, who ran the police department's narcotics division while Summers was on the lam. He is certainly among a fairly unique group of individuals who have been able to avoid successful prosecution. But a judge dismissed the charges against Lawrence last year, according to court records. The suspect is currently serving a 3 to 8 year sentence for drugs in a state correctional facility, said Pennsylvania Department of Corrections spokesperson Sue McNaughton. His lawyer disputes that contention, saying Summers has been acquitted because he is innocent, not because he has gotten rid of witnesses. I think in the case of Felix Summers they've been trying to put a square peg into a round hole, McMahon said. Addressing the witness, Lerner said, in Mr. Summers' mind you have already crossed the line. You are at a point where there is nothing that you can do that would leave Mr. Summers to believe that it was safe to leave you alive. The witness, Sherry Hewitt, Summers' former girlfriend, is the key witness against Summers in the murder trial starting Wednesday. Prosecutors videotaped her testimony several years ago in case she were to be killed or to flee before trial. It was a cowardly, pathetic act that I did, he said. Assistant District Attorney Chesley Lightsey asked Meinhardt to resentence Summers to 38 years to life in prison, saying the murder of a witness is, in my opinion, the most serious offense in the interest of justice. Summers had been arrested and charged in 3 homicides, but was convicted only in Presley's death. And it took 3 trials to get that murder conviction because of jury intimidation, former city prosecutor Carlos Vega testified Thursday. Vega told Meinhardt that after the first two juries deadlocked, he asked the judge in the third trial for jurors to be sequestered and anonymous. Summers admitted to writing the letter to Krasner, but also admitted to Meinhardt that he killed Presley. He said he understands the seriousness of his crimes. South Philadelphia drug dealer who was 17 when he gunned down a woman who saw a slaying 2 months earlier that he later was acquitted of committing was resentenced in court Thursday to 25 years to life in prison. Felix Summers, now 38, was convicted by a jury of first-degree murder and witness retaliation in the March 1999 slaying of Charlotte Presley, 39, who had told authorities that she saw Summers fatally shoot a man that January at 5th and Mifflin Streets. Philadelphia Common Pleas Court Judge Benjamin Lerner lent credence to prosecutors' allegations during a pretrial hearing soon after Summers' capture in December 2001, according to court transcripts obtained by the Philadelphia Inquirer. "He's not leaving anybody standing who might potentially be a witness against him," said Lerner as he considered a request by prosecutors to protectively jail a key witness against Summers whose life had been threatened. Summers, who has already won acquittals in 2 homicide trials, was about to go on trial for a third killing, and authorities believe he has avoided being convicted by eliminating potential witnesses. Summers had received an automatic sentence of life in prison after his 2006 conviction, but was granted a resentencing hearing in line with a pair of U.S. Supreme Court decisions regarding juvenile life.